Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Let's Play Space Engineers with me, TheDragoclaw. So, as you can see, it is daytime, finally. I don't know how many of these episodes I've recorded during day, but it's I tried to record them during day, but that very rarely happens. But yes, I'm purposefully not looking in the direction I'm looking because, well, actually, let's turn around and head over here, shall we? Let's go on a walk. So, is this all fixed up? Oh, this was broken a little bit. It is a little broken, but I don't have the things to repair it. So, the MegaMole. I've had a few accidents with it recently. Every time I went out to go and grind, something would happen, and the drill would come off. Like, the drill would just be completely destroyed, either near the end of mining, or before I even started mining. Mostly due to the fact that it was dark, and I couldn't see very well, and the ground was closer than it appeared to be. And stuff like that, and like I couldn't see the rock properly because it was dark and everything, and I've put lights on my stuff, but sometimes I'm still just a derp. So it's as much my derp as it is the server's problem. Well, I much like to blame the server, but it's really just my problem. But yes, so I've come up with a plan. I have a new plan to make I had a plan to make the MegaMole even better. Especially seeing as Spacemonkey had a fantastic mining ship. He built it. It was really cool. It was like it's not like a little, I don't know how to describe it, kind of like a B-wing, but with drills on the bottom. And yeah, it was pretty cool. So I have made some modifications to the MegaMole. You can see here. I've also made some modifications to the stations because I'm slowly running out of stuff, and I need a bigger platform. But as you can see, it's got a little bit more complicated. There's lots more pipes on top. There's an array of lights on top, but it also has 5 drills now, and these drills are strategically placed such that when they start digging, they carve out an area large enough for this entire ship to fit into the ground. So I was fortunate in that this did not take a lot of preparation, and that it was actually worked first time. I did not bother to record the testing because it was during night, and it was just something I randomly decided to do while in the call with the rest of the people, and we're all just kind of like at 3 AM just randomly digging or mining with our ships or doing random stuff while we're waiting for day to happen so we could actually record or do something. And this is that day. So instead of just sitting here like in the cockpit like a fool, I'm gonna equip my hotbar. I'm gonna need the camera. I might need the ore detector. I will need the connector. Not connector 2, connector 1. Switch lock. I suppose I don't actually need that because my landing gear is in the same position such that I just have to hit P to connect my connectors. There's something else I need. Groups. Lights dorsal. And lights ventral. And let's also take my thrusters up there just in case I want a more precision landing. Alright, so, let's get started. I'll show you guys how this works. Okay, there we go. Took a little bit for my gyroscope to kick in there. But as you can see, she flies pretty well. She's about 60 tons, which isn't too bad. I mean, she can haul up to like 20, or not 20, 200. So, at least that's my guesstimate. It's a limit I've never really pushed, and it's just something I've based off of the numbers associated with the thrust and the weight and everything. But let's go over here because I am in need of iron, and I don't know if I actually know of an iron deposit that's in the ground and in a decent position. I don't want to take one on an angle just yet, at least not for testing purposes. That test site over there had some nickel and silicon. It was where I built the or where I got resources to build the windows that I'm going to have in my base. And there's some silver and cobalt. Don't think I need either of those. Don't need magnesium, not building weapons yet. Let's go and have a quick scout out, shall we? And see what's in these dark patches over here. So I've also equipped it with more sideways thrusters because I've apparently knocked those off at some point. You might also notice that the colour scheme is kind of off on the back. And just in general actually, I've made so many modifications to this thing I've not really had time to give it a good paint job. That'll be fixed eventually. At this point I'm just glad I've got something that can mine in vast quantities. Okay, let's see what's here. Hopefully iron. Definitely something I need. I need to be careful with my thrusting. I'm getting a bit cocky, which can lead to disaster. Okay, thanks for saving server. Okay, what's my latitude? 100. Still 100 meters off the ground. The tundra is really deceptively low. Okay, there's silicon. Of course there is. Nickel. Of course there is. Any iron? That's what I really need. Come on, iron. Maybe around here somewhere. I might also want to put more thrusters in the side-to-side areas. Because I've only got 2 and that may not be enough. Let's get a bit lower. There might be some uranium down here, not that I need it at the moment. Some more nickel. There's got to be some iron around here somewhere. There's a patch up here that I don't think I've explored, so let's go and explore that. I should probably get in the cockpit mode so I can kind of see my altimeter. Okay, let's bring it down. The sun is already setting, in good Space Engineers fashion. Okay, what is below the surface here? Also, you'll note that because of how deep these mining drills go, I've had to put my landing gear on my back, and I kind of like dock with my butt forward. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay, so there's some cobalt, silver. Really? Is that it? I might just get a bunch of silver just to show this off. And find some iron off camera. I suppose I could... yeah, you know what, let's just grab some silver. Why not? I think I don't have much silver. I'm actually kind of low on iron or gold. I'm pretty sure it's just iron I'm lacking. Alright. So where is this silver deposit? I suppose it doesn't really matter, I can just dig down anywhere, but over here. It's kind of over here. Right, let's turn on the bottom lights. And let's kind of just get right over this vein. And let's hit 3 so we can get a good view of the bottom. And oops. Draw the weapon. Oops. Careful. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to control yourself, but I try. So I'm just going to go right down here. Actually, now that I think about it, it's probably better if I'm... Whoops! Not like this! God damn it, why are there like 3 different buttons to change your camera? Alright. I'm going to do it from the outside because it's going to be slightly easier. And I'm going to be holding right click and slowly descending. So as you can see, it just about carved out an area. Thankfully it accommodates my turbines. I thought they would be a problem, but fortunately they are not. And I can just go straight down into the rock like this, and as long as I don't move forward or side to side, it's actually pretty decent. Like, I can get in and out fairly quickly and easily. Of course I don't accelerate all the way out because that's just a recipe for disaster. Okay, now we found the silver, so I'll switch to left clicking. And we just start collecting vast quantities of everything below us. We also have the, if I get out of camera again and go into this mode, I've got the dorsal lights to also give me a bit of light down here, so if I'm preferred to view from up here, I can still see relatively well. Although from up here I don't get the dimming effect of being inside a cave or anything because my camera's technically outside. So that's kind of nice. And this is essentially how I've been mining all of my resources. it does kind of mean that if I want to go side to side, I do have to like go up and then down again. But then that's kind of the same. Well, that's kind of a problem I expected, and it's not a huge one because I can just keep going down. Generally, I just like to keep an eye on the mass of the craft. I'll get like until about 100 kilograms of whatever, then move on to the next deposit of what I need, and then get up to about 150. Maybe push it a bit higher, then head back home. I've not pushed this thing to its limits, so again, I do not know. Whoa. Okay, let's see. Did something move? Something moved a little, and I think my craft got nudged forward a little, so I'm going to nudge it back a little. So even though I'm not moving at this point, I'm still collecting stuff. So it's worth it just to go fairly slowly down these shafts. I don't like to maneuver my ship too much back and forth, because that can cause problems with coming back out. Okay, so I think that's a good demonstration. Let's see how much we got from that. Is it going to tell us? It is! So we got about, we got a ton of stolen ice, and also a little bit of gold, or silver, sorry. That's not too bad. I got a huge haul of iron, or silicon real quickly, one time, when I was doing my tests, so I'm quite proud of it. Oh, careful. Back one's a bit off. Go back in, twist it round a little. Twist around. Bring a level, come on. You can do it. What's the problem? Back her off. Back her off and twist around. Back her off. Twist around. Twist around. There we go. Bring the camera up. Bring it nice and steady. Okay, hitting on the back. That's alright. Hitting on the sides. That's alright. She's a tough little ship. There we go. Oh, no message received from server. Space, what are you doing? Okay. So that was the first observation, or proof of concept of this design. And it seems to do pretty well. If nothing else, it digs big holes so I can go back down there manually if it becomes too small, or if there's bits in the edges I can't quite get. So I'm really happy with this design at the moment. I think I'm gonna go ahead and look around for some iron in the ground, and then I will join you back as soon as I've done that. So, be right back. Okay, that did not take long at all. It was literally the next deposit over. So, I don't know what's in that rock though. Let's take a quick look at what's in that rock first though. I'm probably not gonna get it, but yeah, it's silicon. It's actually a pretty rich area. I'm gonna try and find the main source of that iron though, and go straight for that. Looks right about here, maybe. Yeah, a little drift over to the side, that's fine. And let's turn on the bottom lights. Get a good look round. And again, I'll try and excavate the ice before going down to the iron. The iron should be kind of near the surface, like that silver was, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. Some sideways view here. Oh, that was close to a problem. Okay, and just take it nice and slow. So at the moment, a lot of my content is going to be just basically me doing this. If I were to record it all, which is why I've been kind of slowing down with the Space Engineers, because it does get grindy. Hopefully, though, this will eventually turn into something I can log on and build stuff on. But there are definitely problems with grindiness. Let's go to the camera so that we can actually see the progress. And let's also turn on our top lights. So we've got some nice light up there. 11 meters to go. I'm not going to collect any of this iron because I live in a tundra, so I'm not really that interested in it. Well, I do like the colour. The ice definitely does look very nice. Oh, I'm starting to see some iron. I'm going to switch to harvesting mode. I don't mind grabbing a little bit of ice. server. Am I just too high? Might be a little bit high. There we go, okay. Excellent. Harvest that ice, but mostly that iron. Hello there, wall of ice. Yeah, I'm gonna rotate my camera a little bit, just so I can kind of see the state of the rest of the world. Okay, I look to be alright and fairly clear. So, yeah, I've been slowing down uploading this because I've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. Back right at the start of January, Space Tiber and I decided to play a bit of The Elder Scrolls Online, because we each played it during the beta and weren't very impressed with it, so we kind of just like, meh, I don't want to pay a subscription for this. But when it went non-subscription, just buy the cover game and you can get in, and it was on sale during the Steam sales for like 20 quid, we were like, yeah, sure, whatever, we'll get in on it. And it was alright, we had quite a bit of fun with it. We haven't recorded much more recently, but we did a bunch of recording right at the start, so there's still like 10 episodes left, I think. Somewhere between 5 and 10. So that's going to be released every 3 days, because Space has got a couple series he wants to continue and start up, so we'll do that. I was planning on initially having this ESO and Pokemon on like a triple 3-day rotation kind of thing, but the response to Pokemon has been fantastic, so I think this is just going to be like an whenever I can kind of thing. Like, this will be a bonus video, and it's going to go like The Elder Scrolls Online, then 2 episodes of Pokemon, and then this whenever I can. Pokemon's going to take a very long time, which is why I kind of want to pump it out as quick as I can. And doing 2 episodes every 3 days is reasonable, I think. Yeah, and even with them being half-an-hour episodes, I still would expect this to be like months of content. So hopefully it is, because I'm really enjoying it so far. Okay. I'm not doing a good job of grabbing that ice. There. I might have to come up a little bit. Oop, that's not up, that's up. There we go, and then come back down at a slightly different angle. Just so that I can properly clear out this. Oops, careful. Gotta remember, in this view, forward is back, and back is forward. Okay, so I'm at 129. Get back and take a look at the back end, that's what I'm really worried about. Okay, bring it back a little. Okay, that might have been a collision with the connector there, or just a puff of dirt from the I can't appear to go back anymore, so I'm guessing it was a collision. That kind of sucks. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. That's alright. Yeah, let's take a look at my inventory. 24k of iron. That could be better. Woohoo! Careful! Careful, don't come out too quickly. Okay, go side to side. Side to side. There we go. Level her out. Bring it back. Okay, bring it down. Okay, don't go down too quickly. Got plenty of time. In fact, let's just use the right click to carve out a huge area here. Okay, and maybe once more. There we go, that should do it. I might need alternative cameras here, because the one camera I've got pointing down isn't really enough. Also, one problem is because of the right click being a wider AoE for clearing, and the left click not being as wide, it kind of makes it difficult when you start digging a tunnel for the resources, because then it's not going to be wide enough for the ship, so you have to kind of come out and correct for that. But apart from that, it's pretty good. I'll stay here and terraform this area a little bit. I'm also going to put this area on my map so that I know to come back to it. This might mean that I lose a few resources here and there, but I think that's alright. Hopefully it is, anyway. Because, I mean, there's still plenty of places on the planet to get iron. A little bit of inefficiency here and there won't matter too much in the long run. Ooh, careful. Gotta be careful with my side to side. Because I have a lot of problems with side to side, like strafing. Because in most games where I can do that, I assign the that's not really gonna... Actually, cameras at a wider field of view. I wish there was a purpose for cameras other than alternative, like, main camera, because almost always I prefer to use the third-person camera. Which, when you have the capability to add cameras to ships in games, you probably would think you'd prefer to use that. Okay, there we go, now we're getting into some interesting areas. So we've exposed enough of this iron that we can just kind of sit here and mine it. I think, given my capacity at the moment, I think I'm going to stop here. Well, how much iron do I have? 26k. Yeah, I guess I'll keep mining. I'll get up to 30, I think. Well, it's becoming night. It's kind of hard to know how to pace it, because landing at night is really difficult. I've tried to light up my base as best I can, but there's only so much I can do. Hopefully when I've got this iron I can start work on the actual base and get that properly set up. There we go, side to side. A bit more. I've been grabbing a lot of stone, I think. Yeah, I'd kind of like to be able to see all of my drills rather than just these two. I don't even know which two they are. I think they're the back two. In fact, they probably are if I remember my keys. Yeah, they're the back two. So I'm not even grinding down where I need to be. But I'm glad I found this deposit. Hopefully there's a lot of this in this area. It definitely looks like there is more in the forward direction. I might as well collect some more ice while I can. Okay, let's just start digging this out a little bit. And dig down. Yeah, I'm really happy with this mining operation at the moment. Seems to be working pretty well. Let's see how much I've got. 36, yeah, that'll do, especially seeing as I'm already over my perhaps very low limit or soft cap of, oh god, don't get out the ship, don't get out the ship. Alright, let's turn those lights off because they blind you after a while. And head back to base. Where is base? Wait, before we head back, GPS, new from current position. Iron, wait, nope, normal nomenclature. Iron, I think that's some silicon here, maybe some nickel. and probably some MG as well. Yeah, that'll do. So I'm going to take some of these other ones off my map that I don't really need. I can delete that one. That was an accidental test. Or rather, it was meant to be a new location, but I clicked the wrong button, and I didn't know where that one was because I couldn't see it in my list. It was buried within all the nickel. Take away that uranium. I've got plenty at the moment. Okay, now keep that one on the map because I need to come back here. Fe, I think that was just a rock. That's decayed now, so I'm going to delete that. I'm not even going to confirm whether or not that's true. That could have been just a really large deposit of iron. But it didn't show itself early enough. But yeah, so one thing we have decided is, given how the day-night cycle is on the server at the moment, we're going to change it so that the server will run simulated even when we're not online, and we'll change the days to be 6-hour days and 6-hour nights, so a 12-hour cycle in total. And we're hoping that that will give us more, at least, predictability of when it's going to be day in our places. Because at the moment it's basically just we log on, then we just kind of wait for however long to see whether or not, or we log on to see if it's day. If it's not day, then we just wait for the sun, and then use like 2-ish hours that we've got. And I've probably got less because I'm kind of near the bottom of the planet and got all these mountains around me which cover up the sun. Not to mention I'm on the side of a mountain, so I don't really get that much light. Perhaps it would have been wiser to move to the top, but... So yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully it'll work. Spacemonkey is glad he's got the professional welder thing. He found some... if you haven't seen his series, by the way, you should probably should, because he got really lucky. A couple ships crashed right next to him, so he got a bunch of platinum, he got a bunch of resources in general, and has since built an entire mobile base, which you'll actually see in the next episode, because the next episode was recorded before this one. I wanted to release this first because it would then show you what the MegaMole is capable of. And I am pleased that I was able to make it a lot more like a mole, because previously it wasn't really a mole, it was kind of like a nibbler. It would just sort of like hover on top of a rock and nibble it. But now it's an actual mole. It will dig underground and collect resources. And now I can put these to good use, because I am completely out of iron, or I was until I did this run. And we can start working on the base that you can see kind of over there. It's completely orange at the moment, it will not stay that way. I think its base colour will be black. It's just it was orange because that's the colour of the blocks I put down. And I've got to be kind of slow, because this thing is very heavy, and it has a lot of momentum. I don't think I'm far back enough, but that's alright. I'm gonna line it up as best I can. So yeah, I don't know if I finished that thought about way back in the ice hole about how strafing in games like this happen with me. Like, for some reason, I don't know why, but I always like to have Q fire the thrusters on the left and E fire the thrusters on the right. Because I don't know why, but I just always think of it as Q, oh, that fires all the thrusters on the left. That will make me go right. So whenever I want to go right, I think, what makes me thrust in that direction? Which I don't do for any other direction. Like forward, I always know I want to go forward, so I'll press W. But none of the other directions do that. It's strange. Oh, where's my refinery? There it is. Why did I even look for that? Didn't even need to. You're refining stone. Really don't need stone done right now. I just need iron done. Okay. And I've got to remember that the chevron there is not ready to fly because I had to strip down its forward thrusters, or backward thrusters even, so that I could fit 2 more thrusters onto this one, because I couldn't make any metal grids because I was out of iron. I had the cobalt, but not the iron. Can you make me some iron grids? Yep, you can. Alright. I will go and fix those up immediately. But I think that is enough for this episode. So, yeah, thanks for watching. And next time I think we'll try and get more work done on that base over there, because I think I'm going to be spending the next few hours digging up resources. There might also be a few episodes of just, like, me in space and appearing just all talking. We'll just be, like, in the call, doing our stuff, so... yeah, those talks are usually fun. It's more of a podcasty type of thing, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you next time.